said earlier it would be a good day for Tom Lee to be here. Joining us now is the aforementioned Tom Lee, managing partner of head of research at Fundstrat Global Advisors, as well as a CNBC contributor. A month ago, when the VIX hit 50 and there were growth fears about the economy, did you ever waver? Did you have any nights where you didn't sleep as well?
There were 3 days of horror, as the market post FOMC all the way to that Tokyo Black Monday. It was gut-wrenching.
Was it? For you?
Yeah, yes. But we viewed this ultimately as being a growth scare, because we didn't think the U.S. was entering recession, which a lot of people thought after that jobs report. And I think people thought there was systematic risk because of what's going on with the yen. But markets showed a lot of resilience since then. I mean, the fact that we snapped back so sharply is showing you how strong this market is.
Still?
Yes.
The revisions yesterday, not on your radar. Should they be on investors' radar screen? I thought it might be a good thing if the job market was not as hot as people thought.
Yes, I think it is incrementally important because the FOMC minutes that came out yesterday as well showed the Fed staff saying this is a strong labor market. Well, that jobs report that came out Friday and the revisions that just came out show a lot of jobs disappeared. It's not as strong a market. And I think it gives more ammunition for the Fed to start a cutting cycle. And that's going to give a lot of life to the economy.
And to the markets.
And to the markets, especially cyclical stocks and small cap stocks.
Tech's already done well. So normally you'd think lower multiples could or at least multiples don't need to stay where they are or contract with the high multiple tech stock. So they could at least feel better about the valuations if rates came down. Yes,
that's right. I think tech is still in a good place because of AI, and NVIDIA should reinforce that. And it's not a demanding multiple. NVIDIA is maybe 28 times forward earnings, which is for one of the most important companies in the world. It's not a high multiple. So if tech is in a good place and then we get Fed cuts, I think it allows the overall market to expand.
Do we see an orderly easing cycle because the Fed doesn't feel like it needs to act intra? They have a meeting where they go 50 or whatever. You think they just 25 and then the next meeting 25, so only do 50 this year and then maybe continue next year? You think it'll be like that?
I think that a soft landing the probabilities are going up, and that's why this should be a benign cutting cycle, like good for markets. But I think the key is the Fed getting off data dependence, because data dependence is the reason they missed the inflation turn, and I think now they're missing the soft landing.
Rear view mirror. But is it possible that they're too restrictive right now, and that the lag isn't? We don't know how powerful the lag effect of the higher rates could be, and they end up doing 50 or doing a couple of 50s. Is that possible?
I think futures markets are showing more than 2 cuts, so I think the Fed probably is a little behind the curve, and we know there is a recession in housing and durables and auto sales, so there was a lot of pain out there. So cutting more aggressively would actually make sense, at least from the market's perspective.
Where do you think, well, you're a market cap, but where do you think unemployment tops out? Do we get to 5? Do we go over 5% unemployment?
A lot of it has to do with how the Fed communicates to CEOs, because a lot of companies are cautious, right? With monetary policy this tight and real rates this tight, it makes them reluctant to expand. And so the job market itself kind of hinges on what the Fed's doing. And yeah, it could, once the job market starts seeing unemployment rise, it could get bad.
I think Bitcoin's 60,000, give or take. Gold has been hitting new highs, obviously. I think we showed a chart the other day. Kelly was trying to tell me she had been right about
the disconnect.
No, about gold being a bet. So we looked at it over the last 5 years, or I don't know how many years, but gold was up 90% and Bitcoin was up 13,000%.
Okay.
That was that we looked at. So I mean, gold is moving, and it's moving not in a correlated fashion with risk on, whereas Bitcoin definitely looks like it's just a
Does that ever switch?
I think it can. I mean, Bitcoin is just sort of got 2 functions, right? Because it is a risk-on asset, but I think it's an important protection against systematic risk.
Do you ever want it to be correlated to gold?
I think Bitcoin is digital gold, so I think it's replacing gold over time.
So eventually it should act like gold, which means that it shouldn't have the kind of meteoric rise that we're talking about here.
Well, it depends on what the dollar does, because there could be a day that dollar could debase, and then you'd want to own a lot of Bitcoin or gold. But, I mean, to me, the fact that gold's rising is showing you there's still a lot of fear out there. I mean, I think gold is almost a measure of the bearish sentiment, and that's why I think stocks still
Do
have
you
upside.
have, can we talk politics for just 1 second? Do you have an election prediction as it relates to the market? Do you think the market do you think anything we're seeing in the markets has anything to do with what's going to happen in November?
Yes, to an extent. I think that the markets are believing Trump's probabilities of winning are stronger than the polls are showing. But I think when the market sort of becomes more convinced of that, I think you'll see cyclical stocks do better, small caps, Bitcoin do better, because these are really clear policy differences. But yes, to me, I think over the last couple of days, to me, the market seems like it's betting on Trump's odds being better than the polls.
Okay. All right, Tom, thank you.
Thank you.
I think sometimes you come on later in the day. I think it's much better first thing, don't you think?
First thing. Also, he gets it out of his way. He's got the whole day.
Gets it out of his way, but it's just.
And then, by the way, his smart comments then get repeated all day on the air.
Right.
Goes on the
So
afternoon.
if you do go on later, I would say like maybe 7 or 8, but anything over 9, I mean, it's just making sense, right?
It makes sense. I hear you.
Coming up.